wonderful sweet baby. So today we're going to be talking about Carisha laughing at Joe Budden for finally going gold for his one-hit wonder song Pump It Up that he put out over 20 years ago. So Def Jam pretty much broke the story and said couldn't stop by at Joe Budden without celebrating at Joe Budden's Pump It Up going gold. Say Cheese's messy tail self said Joe Budden's hit record Pump It Up is officially certified gold. It released in 2003. After that, Young Miami pretty much responded with a bunch of laughing emojis. So Joe Budden responds back and says it would be too easy. Not exactly sure what he means by that, because if it was, then it wouldn't have taken him over 20 years to get a song to be gold, but I digress. Someone then responds and says, "Do it, Joe." Then Young Miami sits there and responds and says, "Another one bites the dust. Remember? You was just celebrating when you thought I took an L. I can laugh. You was just laughing at me, so let's laugh." That's then when Joe Budden responds and says, "You're right. I'll laugh tomorrow," with the heart emoji. Then Young Miami responds and says, "I'm beefing with a whole bunch of men. This is sad. Protect black women." To top things off, Joe Budden responds again and says, "Like I always say, laughter is good for the soul." So here's my thoughts. I would love to be so motivational in this moment and really actually uplift Joe, but the thing is, he's not an uplifting person himself. Because if he was a more humble type person and he was actually, not so critiquing of everybody and everything that they do, this would be an amazing moment. Because regardless if it took him over 20 years to get this, he got it. That's really the overall thing of this. And that's the positivity in it, is that, for some people it could take 24 hours, for others it could take 5 months. For some, it could take over 20 years for them to get their success. But once again, Joe gets on his podcast and he literally talks about a bunch of different celebrities and a bunch of different artists, and he goes at them and he acts completely outlandish towards them in their crafts. And the thing is, the one song that he made out of his entire career has just now reached gold. Not even platinum status. It has just now reached gold. Which is why I feel like Young Miami was laughing in the first place, is because this man always has so much to say about her and her career and always is very critiqueful, but yet, this is his first ever time getting a gold song. Yet, Young Miami, she is still on the rise. I feel like she's still able to make up some time and really do her thing. Like, she's gotten really great success within being in a group, and then even outside of being in a group, she's still getting pretty good success. Of course, she's not strong when it comes to music, and she's very aware of that. But the thing is, she's not stopping, and we really have to be able to recognize when a person is persevering through things that, people counted them out on. But I just think that it's unfortunate that people like Joe Budden constantly keeps poking the bear at people, especially at Carisha, when she barely has ever said anything about him. Yet he just now certified gold over a song that he put out over 20 years ago. People are honestly dragging the F out of Carisha for saying protect black women, but honestly, I think that she just said this just to be silly. And I understand a lot of people don't really understand that kind of humor, but I really just think she said it just to be silly. It's just we're dealing with a bunch of sensitive people in this world that they don't get it when a person is just literally being silly. But I feel like the whole premise of this is that, she's really saying, you're laughing at me over my L's. I'm laughing at you on your L's. Let's just laugh. He wanted to take it extremely seriously because Joe Budden's definitely one of those people that could dish it but could never take it. And the fact that he said it would be too easy, as if he can actually pull out a hit when this is the one song he's made of his entire career, is just outlandish. I just feel like people continuously keep dragging, Young Miami for some odd reason. And my whole reasoning being is, I understand this girl has messed up. This girl has done tons of things, but we've forgiven people so many times. And it doesn't really make any sense why people are dragging it at this point. I'm damn near a Chris Brown stan/fan. But I feel like, Chris Brown, he actually admitted to the things that he's done previously that, people dragged him for. And, he's actually done his time for the crimes that he has committed because he actually admitted that what he did previously, he did those things. And I just see so many people saying, like, we need to move forward. We need to forgive him. It wasn't that deep. Let's move on. And we cannot forget that he actually rearranged Rihanna's entire face. And there's pictures of this proof that he admitted to doing. And I love Chris Brown deeply. But these are things that he admitted to doing. And we, as a group in a camaraderie, are all saying we need to move forward from the Chris Brown slander. And I still stand on that. Y'all are dragging Carisha for some allegations that we don't even know are true. There's documentation of allegations that could possibly be true on things that Carisha did, but we don't 100% know if those are true. We just know that these are allegations. And it's like you guys are dragging this girl every single other week. Yet at first, when the City Girls first came out and she was holding down the group, everybody was, yes, Young Miami's doing her thing. She's even doing her thing while she's pregnant. Yo, we're even stealing the lingo that this girl created and using it as your taglines on your pictures, as well as saying it every single time you went to the club, every single time you did something, you were using this girl's lingo that she created. But yet now there's a whole hate train on her, and everybody wants to just drag her for every little thing. It's unwarranted, and I'm glad she was able to get her little kiki back at Joe because he talks way too much crap for to not, get the same energy dished back out at him. So congratulations, Joe, but about damn time. But that's my opinion. What's yours?